wearing skin-tight tuxedos, such as this one. And as I take this off, it is not lost on me, I look like Danny DeVito from Batman. Now, another thing that me and penguins have in common is they're hopeless romantics. They will search for years to find the perfect pebble to give to their mate. That, I don't know if you know this, but as a human, that's not acceptable. Women don't generally like rocks unless they're diamonds, and I don't have that kind of cash. But what I do have is a real awkwardness that comes with being a hopeless romantic, which means I was a late bloomer sexually. Now, being a late bloomer sexually is tough, but I did get there one day. But a girl that I was talking to wanted to do some role play. And I was like, all right, this is new to me. What do you want? She wanted to do Shaq and his Korean tiny little girlfriend. I was like, all right, let me go practice my free throws. It'll be good. Now, I missed all of my free throws, so I felt like I was really in the game. She, however, was not, because throughout the entire endeavor, she did not once say ouch. There we go. That took a second. That's called a joke grenade. Throw it out there. We'll get a couple laughs. Do you guys follow golf at all? Are you fans of Tiger Woods? No? Well, I'm glad he's back in the limelight. Mostly because he definitely had a very big fall. But, he's had some help with his sexual problems, and his knees and his backs are feeling good. When he was younger, he must have had a problem with the whole old adage that women make the knees weak, and having 120 affairs is hell on the back. And a marriage. There we go. That hit a little better than it did the last time I told it. I like it. Anyone have a problem with blinkers? Like, do you guys all use blinkers when you drive? Raise your hand if you do. Bunch of fucking hypocrites. All of you are fucking lying. When I drive on the highway, the biggest thing that bothers me is when someone cuts me off and then in the wide open lane next to me decides they want to use a blinker. And it used to bother me to my core, like just anger me. Then my friend said, hey, well maybe they have a reason. And I thought about it. I was like, they're committing passive suicide. They're cutting me off, hoping I'm going to let Jesus take the wheel and end their life. I don't, and that's the most satisfaction I could ever get, because then I get to see them go, fine, I'll go to work today. Anyone ordered anything from Amazon ever? Yeah. Isn't it amazing how you can get almost anything in 2 days if you pretend to be a student? Now, back in the day, we did not have that luxury. We used to use pigeons. And could you imagine being that pigeon, just let off by someone in New York, like New York City, going, hey, why don't you go to Alabama with this letter? And they're like, oh, Alabama, I know where Albany is. Where the fuck is it? Hey, I found it. Now, that's all fine and dandy, we can use pigeons, but do you know how much they weigh? Not very much. And I imagine if you wanted to, say, I don't know, write a novel that was probably pretty strenuous on the pigeon. And I could only imagine that the one day one dude was flying and was like, hey, Frank, isn't this fucking bullshit? I've been driving fucking all day for this shit. I think I'm going to get me and the Pony Express together and we're going to start a union. This isn't cool. We're going to get all this together and we're going to shut this down. We're going to make them drive all around the country and deliver their own mail. And then they're going to feed us scraps. That wasn't the best end of the joke, but I'm trying. I left my phone up there, so I forget all my jokes, so I'm just going to keep rambling. Is anyone in extreme debt like me, because I went to college? Look at these guys are the best audience ever. They're way better than the last dude at this table. And they're about 3 times better than you guys. But so, when I was in college, I tried to commit Grand Theft Auto once. Don't judge me, alright? It was a very long night. I was at a bar with some friends, and 2 of my friends decided that one of my friends decided they wanted to sack tap the other one. Not a smart move. Not a smart move, it's kind of rude. But like, I tried to be the medium force in between. I was like, hey man, he shouldn't have smacked you in the nuts, but you should probably not have been so angry. And hey man, he shouldn't be so angry, but you definitely should have slapped him in the nuts. Both of them just got pissed at me and said I was taking the other one's side. So I got left in West Virginia with no way home and about, I don't know, 2.5-hour drive, so let's say 7-hour walk home. And that's if I was trucking. So, after this whole incident happened, I legitimately did the only breakup I've ever initiated in my life. And that's because my friend Sean, who got hit in the nuts, was leaving me, and I went to his car before he could get to it. He bought me a watch, a very nice Ohio State watch that I really liked. I took it off in anger, threw it in his car and said, "You'll never have to talk to me again!" And that was the only time I ever broke up with someone. He returned the watch years later. It's okay, we're better now. But, so, I no longer have a place to sleep. I no longer have a ride home. I'm walking down the street. It's a nice windy little mountain road in West Virginia. And I hear some rustling in the woods next to me as I'm walking. I'm drunk as hell, so I'm assuming this is a coyote and I'm going to die. Out of the woods comes this nice little deer with a bandana on it. And I don't know if you've ever witnessed a deer walk up to you calmly in real life. It's terrifying. Because it's a wild animal, and it could cause you some very minor harm if given the chance. So, I try to lose the deer. I walk up to a house where this light, like this, shining down on me. Deer's like, "Hey bud, what's up? I see you came up to this house." I somehow pet it, you know, give it some little lovin's.
Alright, man.
Come on.
Wait, what?
You said, "Alright, man."
What?
You said, "Alright, man."
Okay.
It was very loud. It interrupted my show, man.
Oh, yeah, alright. Well, goodbye, Blake.